The episode starts with happiness and excitement among the demon slayers. After all, this is the first time an upper moon demon, which is the sixth greatest demon, is killed by demon slayers. Tanjiro and his friends have fought and survived one of the biggest threat and won against it, which made the head of the demon slayers started to gain confidence and happy about making their first move successfully against Muzan. But on the other side, on losing his sixth greatest soldier, the stylish demon king is in extreme anguish, which made him summon each and every demons in his upper moon league. The first one to arrive to Demon King's palace is Akaza, the third greatest demon. Demon King has a lot of demons with a lot of abilities. One of them is Bua Demon, which has the ability to transport any demon from anywhere to anywhere. That's how Akaza was summoned to the palace, and at once he steps into the palace, he realizes the situation. One of them is dead, the Demon King is in extreme rage, and now everyone in the upper moon has to prove theory worthy just to be alive by escaping the Demon King's anger. That's not an easy one after all. After Akaza, demons are summoned one by one. Gyako, the fifth greatest demon, and this is Hantengu, the fourth greatest demon, then the second greatest demon, the one who created Gyutaro, the name is Dauma, then finally the first greatest soldier in Demon King's Upper Moon League, Kakushibo. He has the great history, and we will see that in coming episodes. All the five Greets demons have arrived to the Demon King's palace. Now they have a little chat in which they themselves tease each other to be a dead person. But that automatically stimulates a fight between Dauma and Akaza. Looks like Dauma and Akaza don't get along, which changes the whole atmosphere into a chaos one. But within the 1 second, it changes into silent place, a pin drop silent. Every arrogant upper moon demons got so obedient once they heard the Bua woman's summoning technique. The Demon King has arrived. His mind is filled with rage and anger about the death of his sixth greatest demon. After all, the Demon King has entrusted his lifetime goals to his six greatest soldiers. To find the blue spider lily, which gives him the perfect immortality, to kill the head of demon slayers, which gives him the major disadvantage to go forward, that is. These important goals of him are entrusted to this six greatest demons, means he puts every ounce of his trust on them, so if one of them shows a little weakness, then that means the annihilation of the demon by the wrath of Demon King. On questioning the demons one by one about their targets, he gets allegedly mad and breaks the rage right in front of them. But suddenly Gyako presents himself to be having an information about the swordsmiths of demon slayers. But the sudden change in the situation gives him a little irritation enough to plow out Gyako's head. But stepping forward a little bit cools him down, so he returns Gyako's head and gives his orders to Hantengu, also accompany with Gyako straight to the swordsmith village and left the palace. At once he left, the discontinued fight continues again between Dauma and Akaza. They fought like a small children, so the first greatest demon happened to lose his patience and put an end to their fight. He cut Akaza's hand with his demon sword. This is the first time his face is appearing on screen. The man has 6 eyes with an aggressive look like an exact demon, how it's supposed to be. Frightening. Then their fight ends and Akaza shows his irritation and takes leave after Kakushibo. Along with Gyako, Hantengu takes their leave and proceeds to the swordsmith village. While the demons are ready to set journey to swordsmith village, here our hero, Tanjiro, is in coma from his last battle. He happens to have a dream about the greatest soldier in the demon slayer history and his connection with him. 400 years ago, the greatest soldier of Demon Slayer, namely Urishi Tsujikuni, was on the hunt to kill Muzan, the Demon King. Only Urishi could make the Demon King kneel before him. But Muzan has slipped away from Yurishi's hands. But he was still on his journey to kill Muzan, and while on his journey, he saves a family of man and a pregnant woman from a demon, and that's the ancestors of Tanjiro. That's how Tanjiro is connected with Urishi Tsujikuni. But at that time, Urishi couldn't feel proud about himself since he let Muzan slip through, even though he got a perfect chance to kill the Demon King. Also, he didn't marry and so didn't have an heir to protect his legacy. So he chose Tanjiro's ancestors to entrust his legacy, and that's how Tanjiro and Urishi is connected. Tanjiro gets this visual like a muscle memory and slowly wakes up from his coma in the hospital of Demon Slayer's headquarters. It's already been 2 weeks. Kanao was the who took care of him by being his side, and everyone was so happy about his health now. Inosuke was so happy about Tanjiro's wake up and made a complete ruckus in his room, enough for everyone to be angry. In between that ruckus, Tanjiro fall into sleep. By the time of his complete recovery, his companions are not with him, they were already to other missions. Zenitsu with other demon slayers, Inosuke alone got other missions to handle. So they weren't with him, and also, his closest companion is also not with him, his sword. At his previous fight his sword was broken, and now he has to request another sword from his swordsmith, which becomes the twist here. Since he has already broken his previous 2 swords, his personal swordsmith had refused to make swords for him anymore. But a demon slayer without his sword is incomplete, so he decides to set his journey to Swordsmith Village to convince his swordsmith. But unlike those demons, Tanjiro doesn't have a woman to teleport him right away. He had to go by walking, and the whereabouts of Swordsmith Village is highly confidential. So his journey became a secret one. Even Tanjiro had to close his eyes and nose to hide the path of Swordsmith Village from him. He was carried by the Demon Slayer Corps members until he reached out to the Swordsmith Village. Only after he reached it, they removed his blindfold. It is a beautiful big village located in between a mountain. Tanjiro is amazed at the craze of that village. He enters the village and greets the elder who is in charge there and becomes their guest. Now he has to look for his swordsmith, but it looks like Tanjiro's swordsmith is in punishment to be banished for short time because he forged easily breakable swords for Tanjiro. He was already angry towards Tanjiro because he broke his swords, now this too. Tanjiro really has to use his talk no jutsu to convince his swordsmith. In that thought, he enters his mansion where he meets the extraordinary beauty along with the strong powerful attack potency, the love Hashira, Mitsuri. She already knows Tanjiro in his fight in Entertainment District arc, so she herself comes straight to receive him. Tanjiro is both amazed and shocked on seeing her beauty, and she is too friendly too. She became friends with Nezuko with a short time. It looks like she also came there to repair her sword. They become friends within a short time. She also tells about her motive while they are eating the dinner. Her muscles are incredibly strong since her childhood, she is stronger than most of the men here, but a girl would always prefer the man who is stronger than her, right? And that's why exactly she joined the Demon Slayers, to find her partner that is. Even though it looks a lit silly, it is really hard for a girl who is all alone on her. But by the time Tanjiro arrived to the village, her work was already done in the village. So she is already ready to take her leave from the village and she is going by the midnight. So she says her farewell to both Tanjiro and Nezuko in a loving manner and takes off. Tanjiro and Nezuko have no mind to leave her even with a short time. Then Tanjiro goes to take bath before sleeping where he meets another character, Genya. The first word Tanjiro has from him is a curse word, go and I. He is not friendly at the first sight at all, so Tanjiro leaves him as he is for now. Then the next day breaks, Tanjiro has his breakfast and sets to the mountain to find his swordsmith where he meets the biggest baddest character of this season, the Mist Hashira, Michiro Takedo. It seems like he is in quarrel with a small kid for the access key of Training Doll. But the twist is that Training Doll is exactly looking Yorichi, the greatest soldier of the Demon Slayers. Tanjiro catches the resemblance and gets the nostalgic feel of that doll. And with an interesting BGM, the first episode ends here. We will see the next episode in our next video.